worry that if suddenly something stops selling or suddenly one of these brands decides they're going to go direct to consumer, as many of them are already doing? And does that give you enough room to add new resources to your selling floor?
Yeah, every season we go and look at brands that would replace our top 3. We have to. And that's really, really important. So we do have a lot of eggs in a few baskets. We've built really good relationships with those 3 vendors in particular. And I can depend on them to reciprocate in this relationship. I think if you buy a little from a lot of people, there's no relationship. There's just a buy. Where I believe my top 3 vendors, I believe they love the store and they love our clients, and we love them. And I don't see it. I don't see it slowing down. It does ebb and flow as to which one is doing better than the other. But yeah, we really enjoy our relationships with our top 3 vendors.
How many of your customers are outside of the Grand Rapids area? Is that just a new venture for you to go direct outside of your?
No, I think 6 of our top 50. Thank you, sir. I think 6 of our top 50 are from other cities. Cities that are very close to where I see some of these people in this audience have stores. Like your neighbor, like is really a top 50 client for AK Rikks. The client has nothing to do with geography. The client has something to do with if you are something and you stand for something as a store, then what ends up happening is people will find you from all over because they're a part of your tribe. They're a part of your DNA, they're a part of your jam, you know, and I'm sure take Kith, for instance, they definitely have a point of view. They definitely have a DNA. I visit every time I'm here. I don't need it to be in Grand Rapids, Michigan for me to go to Kith and enjoy the Kith experience. But they are who they are. Now, if I went in there and I seen Xenia suits next week because they think that's on the rise, I'd be like, it's not Kith anymore, I'm out.
You might have said this, Jim, and I might have just missed it, but could you articulate what your DNA is? What is that heart and soul of AK Rikks? How do you put that into words?
Absolutely. It is, it's extreme luxury for one. We typically don't buy and look at price. It's probably the naughtiest thing we could possibly do because we believe our client, who can afford just about anything, wants us to come to market and find them the best thing possible. Whether that's an umbrella, a loafer, a blazer, they just want us to find the best and they want to trust us to find the best.
Your business do you do online, and is that a growth opportunity for you?
Yes, we spent a year in beta and we sold some stuff on accident and then we learned from that, and then some months we didn't sell much. We just promoted a director of online. Now we have 4 stylists, a manager of the stylists, we have our online director, and we're moving in some marketing positions into that arena. We think online is really important, and one of the most important things about online is you have a consumer locally that is literally needing to look at your site to showroom shop before they get to your store. The craziest thing that I learned about our site was by putting everything up there, clients would walk in and they would have their phone and their screenshots already of what they wanted to buy. The store and the online experience is complete omnious. And that word is so overused in our market. Oh, I'm omnious. I have a site that doesn't feel like anything like my store. And then I have this store that's not omnious at all. And I don't believe we've cracked that nut yet, but we're going to. So last month was the first month that we really had some strong impact in the online world, and it's probably sitting at between 6 and 10% of our total revenues. We believe by the end of the year we'll consistently be at a 20-25% of our total revenues as our store continues to grow, and within a few years we believe that business could be 50-50. Having to figure out the battle of free shipping on every single site and the hundreds of thousands of dollars that costs, the hundreds of thousands of dollars in returns. Yeah, it is. It's a different world. But what we're hoping to do, connect a relationship online that has a 1.5% chance of repeating and we got to get them in front of a sales associate. So we're going to start styling every single piece with one of our selling associates, styling that piece, telling somebody where to wear it, how to wear it, having all the pieces of that puzzle together. So then that way, an online person, skip the online situation and get yourself a stylist. You know, and you know, we got to quit throwing that word around as well. Like, we got to start taking that word stylist serious. You know, there's all these professions in the world: accounting, lawyer, doctor, all these people you'd set an appointment with, even your hairstylist. And for God forbid you are late to your hairstylist. So you set an appointment with all these people in the world, but God forbid you have an appointment with a stylist? I mean, when did we give away that power that you can show up anytime you want and be styled? I think it should be regimented that there is an appointment, because A, the people that you're helping are very important and they have calendars. Us as people that work in the store are very important and we have calendars. So what do? You set an appointment. And then when the person 15 minutes before they show, you text them. So my stylist does to me, they text me and they say, hey, 15 minutes into your appointment, I'm ready for you. If you take it up a notch and you treat what we do for a living and you treat it like a professional thing, you'll also attract those younger people working for you. But at AK Rikks, it is a profession. If you work as a stylist at AK Rikks, whether it's online or in store, it is a profession, and it's a very lucrative one if you're good at it.
We discussed a little bit your strategy for promotions and sales and end season clearances. And I remember you treat the sale customer the same way you treat the regular customer. Could you elaborate a bit on that?
Absolutely. I think right now we are in a weird place as humans where we're analyzing feelings and interactions and whether we're treated the same, or when we want to be treated different, are we treated different? The best thing you can do for the consumer is be very consistent. So I realized that some people felt like they weren't getting the treatment that other people were getting in my store. So now every single person that walks through the door is greeted with the same greeting, and they're asked if they want a glass of wine, a cup of coffee, or a glass of water. Every single person that walks through the door. So we have our retail season. We do not break sale until after the holiday. Like, we just don't do it. And we get smeared in some ways, in other ways we don't. But when we bought that product, we believed in the price. We didn't buy something and thought, wow, that's a great $7.95 jacket. Well, at 30 off at $5.10, these babies are gonna blow out. Don't do that. Go find a jacket for $5.10 then. There's so many booths here. If you find something that you think is amazing and you think the price matches it, buy it and believe in the price from day one till the end. Just believe in it. If you believe in it, your staff will believe in it.
What about everyone who's selling that same item discounted? How do you deal with that?
We try to show our heart so that our consumer understands who we are. We give back to our local community. We do things for our clients that is above and beyond. And we raise a lot of money every year for things that are local and things that are global. And if you see our heart and you like us and you want us to stay around, you got to shop us at the prices that they're at. And that's nothing against these discount places, but I hope there'll be more retailers like me. And then eventually there'll be designers and other people that'll say, I want to do it that AK way. And then they'll start cutting everyone else off that is not doing it that way. And we'll all grow together and we'll all believe in what we do. When it comes to sale, I was a sales shopper when I was young and you didn't get treated very well. Our sales shopper, we bring in DJs for those days. We actually make them better. Like, it's a better experience for our sale days because we know that our stuff at half off is somebody else's ceiling. And it's a very special time for them to come in and buy something from AK Rikks. So we have clients. We don't have one or the other. We just have a lot of people who love us, that believe what we believe, and that's our relationship.
Nice. Is it a fair question, Jim, to ask you what you're here at Project Market looking for? Do you have specific categories, or are you just wandering and seeing what's new and exciting? How do you go about shopping a trade show?
I like to walk up and down every aisle, because then something's just gonna like pop out, and so then maybe that'll lead me to something. I try not to set appointments, which is really contrary to what I just said about the other thing. But I do have some of the people that we have to do business with today that have been longtime vendors, and there's other people that they're on our watch list, if you will, and we're continuing to watch them. And one of the brands that we'll actually just leave this meeting and go see is Baldwin. We really believe in the new vision. We believe in the idea of seeing Americana differently. It was really exciting. I mean, when I went to their booth last year and they're like, we want to be an American brand. In my mind, I'm thinking, I don't think anyone wants to be an American anything right now. Like, are you serious? You want to be an American brand? And he says, well, we don't see America like you see it. And I'm like, what do you mean? He's like, we see America like Ames, Basquiat. Like, this is how we see America, like designers in the 60s and Warhol. And I'm like, shit, that's the America I want to see. So I'm excited to go see what they've done.
That's great. That's great. Last question for me, and then I'd like to open it up to you guys. But obviously your mix is very Italian. Is that what your customer is looking for, or is that because they just do it in such a sexy, fabulous
It is.
way?
It's easy to sell. I mean, romantic, sexy. It's like, it feels right. I mean, I'm actually head to toe. Most of this is like vault items, but everything's Italian. Barena jacket, Etro shirt, Cucinelli trousers, Zegna shoes. To me, it's just sexy. It is, and I believe in it. I think our core client definitely believes in it. We have spent some time as buyers in Paris, and that's a little different. It's not showy enough, I think, for my client. It is special and it has its moments, and I think it can add value to some things, but I don't think it's as sexy.
And what about Japanese? A lot of stores are starting to shop there.
Yeah, that's where my heart is, but it's not me being who we need to be to our client. We had Tomorrowland for a long time. I think myself and Ben, who's here, we had to buy it all at clearance just to prove that we could buy it again, because we had very few clients that would be willing to wear such an exaggerated idea of Americana.